Hello, welcome to the Science Library Guide for Penn Manor High School. This guide will show you some science resources and get you started on where you can find some information about different science topics. The home page that you see in front of you is right here. This is where you are watching the video. Up top, we see project resources and the start page. We're going to begin with some science databases. Click on databases and see that we have three. uh, the three science databases each have different kinds of materials in them. Student resources and context. This is really a multi-curricular, multidisciplinary database, so it's got a little bit of everything. And one of those everythings is science resources. So this is a good place for background information, for general information about science, or maybe a topic or a definition that you're looking for. Student resources in context can be a great place for that. The second source here is called Greenfile via Power Library, and I'll actually go ahead and click on this one because you have to click a couple times to get to it. When you click on this link, if you go down to General Reference and then click EBSCOhost, you have to click EBSCOhost Web again, and then you get a choice of some databases. One of the ones that you see selected here, the one that is automatically selected, is Greenfile. And as it says, all aspects of human impact on the environment. And so this is really environmental focus. However, you can find that there are some articles that deal with a large variety of items. You'll want to click full text for this search, and so you can get full text articles. Some of those articles will be from magazines, and some will be from journals. So that's how you click into the Greenfile. We'll go back here then to the databases page on the guide. The next one is JSTOR. JSTOR is a collection of peer-reviewed journals. It's a database, and it's available through Penn Manor Library. The only thing with JSTOR you'll really want to be aware of is making sure that you use an advanced search. JSTOR tends to work much better if you use the advanced search features. So what can happen is, we'll shrink this down just to show you. You can pick articles, books, pamphlets, reviews, and miscellaneous. Sometimes a lot of reviews of books will get in the way of good results, so choosing articles helps to eliminate that. You can also set the date range in the advanced search, which is nice. And I know that some projects require you to use things that have only been published in the last 3 years, so that's a good spot to do that. We'll go back to the full view here. Next item on the project resources list are the books. For the books, we're going to have two places where you can find books. First is the Koha Library Catalog. This is just in the library itself, so you search the title and you can find it on the shelf using the Dewey system. The next one are the ebooks through Power Library. So we were already on this page once, but this time instead we're going to do Find a Book and EBSCO eBooks. There are science ebooks that are connected here, so you can see even just matter, light, heat. These came up just as recent searches. So if you do a search here, you can find some science books. Of course, there are a lot of other topics too, so you'll want to try to experiment with your search terms. Moving on to general science websites. These are science websites that maybe have a broader view, not necessarily peer-reviewed, but hopefully give you some interesting information. Understanding Science is a site that that gives you some information about the scientific method and about experimentation. The PHET site, Interactive Simulations, it's kind of interesting because there are a lot of simulations for display. Some of those are experiments and different things you can try. Some of those could be used for a presentation. And then the last one here, SciShow. This is actually a YouTube channel. It's pretty good. It's done with a very modern take on science, and they test out all kinds of weird and strange things. And some of those are pretty cool. So try SciShow. And then the very last one under project resources, peer-reviewed web sources. These are your high-end resources. These are the ones that are from scholarly journals. HighWire is a very good one. HighWire, the only problem with HighWire is it's a little tricky to find stuff where the full text is free. You have to actually look at each article and see, is it free, is it not free? So if I were to simply just type in DNA and search, what I end up with, and again, you can see you can change the ranges here. I end up with an insane amount of results because all I did was type in DNA, but you can see the first one actually costs money. However, the second one is completely free. They do mark them, but you have to go through. There's no way to only search for free ones, so you have to go through and search. And actually, I'm going to exit it there. Google Scholar is really similar in that. I'll just type in DNA again as an example. You can see it's got to have these blue links to the side. Otherwise, there's a good case that you might end up having to pay for it, or that's not available for free. So you do have to go through and search those to check. Now, DOAJ is a directory of open access journals. This one is free. Anything you find on here is available to you. It's a large database, and it's worldwide. So there's an international kind of appeal here. It definitely has some. You'll probably want to go into the advanced search and make sure that you have things in English language. Make sure that rather than, you can see here, there's a lot in English, but of course there's a lot of other languages here too. So unless you're bilingual, those won't be useful for you. But again, a lot of science resources, very high level resources. These are all peer reviewed. So this was really for your high level science projects or like a lit review page. That kind of takes us down through the different sources that are available, back to the start page. If you have any trouble finding sources, you're looking for something specific, or maybe sources aren't quite what you need, just ask, and I'll try to help you. This is Mr. Taylor for Penn Manor High School Library. Thanks. See you again next time.